So how do you become an electrician in New Jersey? Electric dude here. I've been an electrician for 35 years now, and I can probably give you some ideas. Uh, you're going to want to do this the right way. Uh, if you don't, you will never be the quality electrician that you could be, because you just won't know what you're doing to a certain point. You need to have education and training in order to do the job well, and to learn it the fastest. It's going to be much quicker uh, with an education than without. It's going to take many, many, many years longer if you don't. So you need to get an apprenticeship. That's key. It's I can't even imagine not using it. I've seen many guys that struggle because they didn't do that. So that's what I would suggest highly. So just contact your local IBW office. They'll guide you over to the apprenticeship school, where basically the steps are: you put in an application, you take an aptitude test, um, you interview with a committee, then you do a 2-day boot camp where you get a basic overview of what we do, some hands-on stuff, so you don't go in blind. And then you wait till your name comes up on the list to go to work. And you start your school year, and the school amounts to a couple weeks a year, a week at a time, about a week, full time. The rest of the time you're working on a job, collecting a paycheck. You're getting paid a percentage of a journeyman scale, and as you go through the apprenticeship, that percentage increases. So it's a 5-year program. It goes really fast. You'd be surprised. And when you turn out, become a journeyman, that's when your education kicks into gear, because then you're on your own. You're using what you've already learned, all the training and education that you've had, to do the job, because now you're the one that has to come up with the plans and know how to do the work. It's not the journeyman telling you what you do. So you're going to run into things that you've never done before, or that you were never exposed to before, but because of your training and your education, you'll know how to figure it out. You'll be able to do it safely, and that's really important, because it is a dangerous job if you don't know what you're doing. So that's how you want to become an electrician. Get the education. That's the key. So I hope that helps you. I hope I've convinced you that that's the way to go. That's the best way to go. As far as I'm concerned, the only way to go. But as an electrician too, you need to know that sometimes the work is not there. Since 2008, when the economy took a dump, construction took a dump right along with it, and it's never really fully recovered. Some areas work is pretty good, but a lot of areas it's not. Where I am, it's not. So I've spent more time since 2008 unemployed than I ever have, and it's been a real struggle financially. So it's made me come up with start to look at alternatives. And one alternative that I've always thought would be a good match for me was an online business. And I've tried it several times and failed every time, never made a penny. So it got pretty frustrating, and I was ready to give up on it, but the unemployment is just killer. It's just too much. So I decided to give it one more shot. And this time I got lucky and came across a program that was it's pretty excellent. It's easy, and it's cheap to get in, and it's started paying just almost immediately, and it was quite a shock and a really nice surprise. I've never made money online in my life, so I'm really happy with it. It's taken the stress out of everything. It's improved our quality of life for me and my family immensely, and I'm really happy with it. So I would just recommend that you look at alternatives before you jump into anything. Look at the pros and the cons, and if you want to see what I do, go to successwithjeff.com. Maybe it'll be for you too. But whatever you decide, just check everything out first. And so I hope I've been able to give you some ideas and some things to think about. So whatever you decide to do, I wish you the best.